The NBA season has already been filled with tons of crazy storylines, and while we're just a few games into the year for most teams and things are definitely going to change a lot, today I want to look at the biggest surprises and disappointments of the young season. I told you the content was going to be flying, and that's not changing anytime soon, so smash that like and sub button, and let's get into this. I want to start with a guy that definitely came into the year with high expectations, but I don't think many were expecting this electric of a start, and that's JimmerRange. Morant's young career has been fascinating. The former unranked high school recruit ended up becoming the second overall pick out of a small program in Murray State. He would take home Rookie of the Year in 2020, but had some people concerned in his second season when we didn't see much progress, if anything regression. He put all those concerns to the side last year when he went out and averaged 27, 7, and 6. Now this year, he's going nuclear. Right now he's averaging 35 points, 7 assists and 4 boards, shooting a ridiculous 55% from the field and 60% from 3. This is on the back of two massive performances as he dropped 49 against Houston and 38 against Brooklyn. I think the scary part of his game is just how much it's improving in certain aspects. Through his first 2 years, the shooting wasn't great from the perimeter. He took a big jump a year ago in that department, and it looks like another is heading his way. We've also seen him manage to get to the free throw line more and more every season, and that trend has continued as he's now averaging 11 trips where he's shooting 86%. He is must-see TV, and I can't wait to see what he pulls off this year. Now for the disappointments, it's early, we all know that. Obviously players can turn things around. I just want to talk about what's been going on. I think the biggest disappointment has got to be Ben Simmons. We didn't know what we were getting from Simmons, which I think led to a lot of hope, especially from Nets fans, that he was going to return to former form with a less ball dominant role, which would possibly negate a lot of the concerns around his game. That hasn't looked to be the case. Right now he's averaging less than 6 points a game, 6 rebounds and 7 assists. The biggest glaring issue right now has been fouls. He's fouled out of 2 of his 3 games. He has 14 fouls to just 17 points. No surprise, there hasn't been much change in his offensive game. He's taken 1 3 which he missed. He's 3 for 6 from the free throw line. If this is remotely close to what they're getting from him this season, it's not looking good for the Nets. If Kyrie and Kevin Durant stay on the court, they're obviously always going to have a chance, but you would have to think this can't be what you get from Simmons if this team is actually going to contend for a title. With our next surprise, it seems elite speed is winning at the point guard position early, as we already mentioned Ja Morant, and now we've got De'Aaron Fox. Fox has done this to us a couple of times, but he again looks like he's in store for a possible breakout. He's just 25 years old and right now is averaging 32, 6, and 7. He's shooting 59% from the field and 45% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. Now that level of efficiency is clearly not sustainable, but I think the aggression early is super promising, especially from 3, which has always been what's held him back from taking that next jump. Now there's actually quite a few players to mention when it comes to the Kings, both for good and bad reasons. This offseason, they ended up getting Kevin Huerter from the Hawks, who has looked great. He started in all 3 games, averaging 17 points, shooting 44% from 3. But with him in the starting lineup, they have one of their recent top picks, Davion Mitchell, coming off the bench. The defense has always been incredible in Mitchell's career, and while we've seen the offense in stretches, we've been waiting for it to catch up, but so far, that hasn't looked like it's going to be the case. He's averaging just 4 points, shooting 30% from the field, and 11% from 3. Another disappointer for them is Domantas Sabonis, who they made a massive move for at the deadline. He affects the game in many ways for the Kings, but early on, he's looked like the 3rd, possibly 4th scoring option, averaging 14 points a game, failing to knock down a single 3-pointer. Now why I wanted to talk about Mitchell and Sabonis is how they relate to one of the biggest surprises of the year, Tyrese Haliburton. As you probably remember, Haliburton was the headliner of the package sent to the Pacers for Sabonis, and after a great end of the year run, he came into the year as one of the heavy favorites to be most improved. While clearly people were expecting a jump, I thought it'd be more like him continuing to put up the numbers he did with Indiana last year across an entire season, but that might have been underselling it. Right now he's averaging 24 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds. I had my concerns about where his efficiency might go when the volume ramped up. Those are gone. He's shooting 52% from the field, 44% from 3, and 95% from the line. Keep in mind, it hasn't even been a full year since this trade. So right now the Kings have Domantas Sabonis, who by no means has looked like a game changer for them, on contract for just 1 more season. Yes, 1 more season. Davion Mitchell, who they thought might take advantage of Haliburton being gone, is averaging 4 points, and Tyrese Haliburton looks like a future franchise cornerstone for the Pacers. The Kings really could be going forward right now with De'Aaron Fox, Haliburton in his 3rd season, and one of the most promising rookies, Keegan Murray. If you're a Kings fan, just let me know how you're feeling. The next 2 surprises are 2 of the biggest stars in the league coming off pretty disappointing seasons, but look like they're not going anywhere, the first of which is James Harden. I think most people couldn't help but be concerned last year. When he was now getting up there in basketball age at 32 years old, the burst seemed to be lacking, and he was averaging 22 points in Brooklyn on 41-33 splits, then got traded to Philly, where he went down to 40% from the field and 33% from 3. But so far this year, it looks like he's back. He's averaging 27, 10, and 9, shooting 49% from the field and 38% from 3. He's appeared to be in much better shape this season, so I really think this could be legit. Then there's Damian Lillard, another guy starting to get up there in NBA age that was coming off one of the worst years of his career. He missed most of the season due to injury, but in the 29 games he played, he did not look like the player we had come to know. He was averaging 24 and 7, but shooting 40% from the field and 32% from 3. This created a lot of concern for most of the basketball community, especially with how fun Dame is to watch. Concerns he's wiped away to start the year. He looks fully healthy and is averaging 33 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting with 50-40 splits. We've already seen Dame time on full display. He dropped 41 points in back-to-back games and close victories over the Lakers and Suns. The Blazers right now are 4-0 and overall look really impressive. For most young players, we expect big jumps year after year early in their career, especially if they were top picks in the draft. So the next two disappointments are guys that have failed to take that big jump so far. Last year's #1 pick Cade Cunningham, deemed by many a franchise-altering talent heading into the draft, had an up-and-down rookie season, but overall showed enough for most to believe big things were heading his way. While that could definitely still be the case, we haven't seen that much change so far this year. He's averaging 18, 7, and 4, shooting just 39% from the field. He's opened the year with 6 for 16, 6 for 16, and 8 for 19 outings. Now I want to make it clear, I'm not worried. He's gonna get things going. Another former top pick starting off slow is the 3rd overall pick from 2019, RJ Barrett, coming off a massive contract extension. There's a lot of pressure on RJ right now. If he doesn't break out sooner rather than later, it's not looking great for what's ahead in New York. To start the season for him, it's been ugly. He's averaging 16, 6, and 3, shooting 35% from the field and 19% from 3. Coming off a season where he shot just 41% from the field, this is definitely not the kind of start Knicks fans want to see. Next, I just want to mention some guys I've been really impressed with. You've got Kyle Kuzma, that as of right now, has to be one of the more interesting trade candidates in the league. He's on the last year of his contract, and he's averaging 20 points and 7 boards, shooting 40% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. We know much doesn't come along with Kuzma outside scoring, but I would love to see him move this season. Then there's net center Nicholas Claxton that's been taking full advantage of his biggest role to date. Last year, he averaged 9 points and 6 boards, getting around 20 minutes a game, and so far this year, he's up to 16 points, 9 rebounds, and nearly 3 blocks a game. I've always been a big believer in him, so hopefully this level of production is here to stay. Lastly, I want to close with a loser. Well, actually, a team, or I guess, just every role player on the Lakers. LeBron and AD are doing just fine. They haven't been great from 3, but I'm not worried about them. It's just about everybody else. Westbrook is contending for the worst start in league history, shooting 29% from the field and 8% from 3. Pat Beverly, while in less volume, is shooting 20% from the field and 21% from 3. Kendrick Nunn, back from injury, is giving you 26% from the field and 23% from 3. Austin Reeves, 29% from 3. Lonnie Walker, 18% from 3, jacking up 6 attempts a game. Descano Anderson, 13% from 3. It's truly ridiculous. Obviously, it can't remain this bad, but seeing this from the role players of a LeBron James-led team and what might be one of his few remaining seasons at the top of the league is, well, extremely disappointing. That's the end video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash the like and sub button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.